1995 UAE International Rally was run for the first time in Abu Dhabi on the 9th and 10th of March. Fast desert tracks consisting of 14 special stages provided the competitors with an unexpectedly tough opening round of the championship. The event would see a variety of new drivers enter, eager to challenge for the crown that Mohammed bin Salem had held so often, until leaving for this year's World Championship circuit. The impressive skyline of Abu Dhabi, the capital city of the UAE. It is here that the first event of the 1995 Middle East Championship would begin. But it would be over the hot desert tracks that the battle would be decided. Run for the first time, the 2 days of rallying covered a total of 634 kilometers. With the willing participation of the local police, the event was organized by the Automobile and Touring Club of the United Arab Emirates. As with all Middle East Championship events, all the cars are scrutinized to ensure they meet the manufacturer's specifications, as well as stringent safety requirements as stipulated by the world governing motor body, the Federation International Automobile. Specialists of world standing were used by the club to conduct the scrutineering activities. The UK-based Simon Nutter last year was the runner-up in the Formula 2 category, had opted for a new co-driver.
Hamoud Al-Jabri, he's decided that he decides to have another go with me. 2 years ago we were in Dubai and we did very well, and I brought him into the team so that he could help me with the local knowledge perhaps.
Two competitors had entered from Kuwait, Mohammed Al-Husseini in a Mazda 323 and Sabah Al-Anisi in a Volvo. In this championship, there is a separate category for women. Simon Nutter's former co-driver, Fiona Udale, is in the driving seat this year. Why?
Because I decided I'd like to give it a go, you know, show that women can do it, not just the men.
This opening round of the 1995 championship attracted competitors from as far afield as Kenya, as well as the familiar face of Nasser Al-Attiyah of Qatar.
You know that we have managed to secure the...
Faiz Shahab, the clerk of the course, has a wealth of experience in motorsports, organizing local and international events in Kuwait and Dubai.
The FIA is very much satisfied of the organization of the Automobile and Touring Club. So that's why we have managed to convince them that, I mean, we have run Dubai Rally so many times before, so we are capable, much capable to run this event even.
The rally was to get underway with the first Marlborough Super Special stage to be held at the Breakwater in the Bay of Abu Dhabi City. Following the departure of the 7 times Middle East champion Mohammed bin Salem for the 1995 World Championship circuit, there was great expectancy as Sheikh Saif bin Zayed Al Nahyan arrived to flag the cars away onto the opening Super Special stage. Khalifa Al-Matawi and Khalid Malik were the first away in the Toyota GT4 that Matawi had raced in last year's championship. Second to start from Saudi Arabia, Abdullah Bakashov and Bobby Willis, the 1994 Group N champions, now in their first outing in a Group A Ford Escort, 3 seconds slower than Matawi on this first stage. Third away, Kenyan-based Ganjarit Sagu on his first visit to the UAE in the Subaru Legacy. One of the early casualties of the event, driving his new Lancia Delta, Qatar's Nasser Al-Attiyah. The Super Special stage, like many in rallying throughout the world, is short and twisty, designed to allow easy access for spectators. This particular one was a mere 1 kilometer. Rallying has become increasingly popular in the region, with spectators being able to drive to safe vantage points to watch the desert stages. Over the first 2 special stages, it seemed that a classic battle was developing between the 2 leading cars. Here on the Abu Dhabi duty-free sponsored stage 2, it is Bakashov in the Ford who takes 14 seconds from Matawi. The number 3 of Sagu in the Subaru justifies his seeding by taking the 3rd fastest time. The rally claimed its first victim here on the 3rd special stage, Mina Zayed. Bakashab went out shortly after this with a blown engine. Sagu moves up briefly at Bakashab's expense. Mohammed Al Husseini in the Mazda 323. Moutawi and Malik arrive at the start of stage 4. Having heard of Bakashab's retirement, Moutawi acknowledges that the pressure is off him slightly, but the rally is not over yet. Stage 4 is run close to Abu Dhabi's international airport. It is a relatively short stage of 14 kilometers. Sagu in the Subaru Legacy had held on to 2nd position at the regrouping before this stage.
We've jumped 2nd position now, and that's because Abdallah has jumped out.
But he will join the list of retirees with a blown engine before the night stages are over. Starting in 6th place at the beginning of the event, Husseini and Hajri had moved up several positions at this point. But Husseini was cautious not to lose concentration, while Sadek Fazal in the Mitsubishi Galant edged into 2nd position as Sagu's Legacy pulls out. Peter Cherry in the Group N Mitsubishi Galant contesting the championship for the 2nd time. Ron Oakley, a previous Group N champion, would miss a vital turn in this stage and the car would sink in soft mud, ending Oakley's rally. The difficulty and speed of the opening stages had taken many competitors by surprise, many forced into early retirement. Not so the UAE driver Salim Shaban in the Group N Ford Escort with co-driver Mohammed bin Garib. UK-based Howard Patterson and Ruth Carroll in the Gulf GTI. Patterson, a much experienced driver, is expected to contest the whole of the Middle East Championship this year. The number 16 of Kuwait's Anisi and Ibrahim Al Muad would be followed by the ladies' team of Udale and Graham. But it was Khalifa Al Moutawi and Khalid Malik who returned to the Abu Dhabi Hilton at night as the victors of the first day. Meeting them in the lobby, Abdullah Bakashab, who relates the misfortune that resulted in his early retirement with a blown engine at the end of stage 3. Kuwait's Husseini had every reason to be happy, while another retiree, Nasser Al Attiyah, would also sit the rest of this event out. Day 2, special stage 6, Al Moutawi and Malik. 2nd place was held onto by the Mitsubishi Galant of Fazal and Nabhan, 23 seconds adrift of Moutawi in this stage, with Kuwait's Husseini 3rd. Khalifa Al-Muhari and Tawfiq Mitri in the Group N Toyota would hold on to the 5th fastest stage time on this first stage of Day 2. Peter Cherry in another Mitsubishi would claim 4th position in this opening stage, staying ahead of the Abu Dhabi driver Shaban. Kuwait's Anisi as they negotiate the mudflats of stage 6. Day 2 took the competitors east along the Abu Dhabi-Dubai highway, with the remaining 4 stages run twice. The cars would head towards the shimmering palace of Al Jurf and the service point close by. The Middle East Airlines sponsored stage 8, Al Moutawi in the Toyota Celica GT4, reaching speeds of over 200 kilometers an hour, was pulling away from the field. Turning out to be the surprise of the event, the number 6, Mohammed Al Husseini, here in stage 8, takes 2nd fastest time behind Moutawi. Hosseini was once again showing his finishing ability, as in previous Middle East internationals. A mere 3 seconds behind Hosseini, the number 12, Khalifa Moheri, driving the Toyota Celica that Abdullah Bakashov had used in his successful challenge for the 1994 Group N title. Peter Cherry finishes this 16-kilometer stage in 7 minutes, 51 seconds. The Abu Dhabi driver Salim bin Shaban, here coming to the end of the ADNOC Lube-sponsored Stage 7. Driving this car for the first time, Shaban broke a gearbox during practice. Having first sat in this car just days before the event, Shaban would take a credible final position of 5th place overall. Howard Patterson with lady co-driver Ruth Carroll in the Volkswagen Golf GTI. Patterson is no stranger to the Middle East, having competed in Qatar, Jordan and Dubai. A sprained wrist would not stop Patterson from taking first in the Formula 2 category for two-wheel drive cars. This team managed to edge the second Kuwaiti entrant of Sabah Al-Anisi and Ibrahim Al-Muad into 8th position in this stage. But the Volvo showed its ability to soak up the desert's punishment and stay the course. Simon Nutter in the number 11 Peugeot 205 with Omani co-driver Hamoud Al-Jabri moved up to 5th position here in Stage 8. Nutter's army of dedicated mechanics are servicing not only for Simon, but also for his wife, Fiona Udale, driving the number 22. Simon Nutter is another UK-based driver who has become a regular visitor to the Middle East Championship. Here, at the end of Xerox-sponsored Stage 9, Nutter won the Formula 2 title in 1993. In the Middle East Championship, Group S cars are allowed to compete. The American team of Mike Ziegler and Lee Reed Jr. in the number 26 Land Rover 110 develop mechanical problems and lose the lead to the UAE's vastly experienced Mohammed Omar and Mohammed Jumar in their Nissan Patrol, who go on to win the S-Class event with an overall time of 2 hours, 5 minutes and 39 seconds. Second place in the Group S category went to Najib Mahmoud and Joseph Mata. Third place in the number 30 Range Rover, Mohammed Othman, with a time of 2 hours, 24 minutes and 17 seconds. Saloon cars out of homologation and heavily modified four-wheel drives are the favourite Group S vehicles. Indeed, the number 1 Khalifa Al-Motawi's first rallies were done in a Group S Land Rover. It was only after he served his apprenticeship that he moved on to the Group A Toyota that he now drives, arriving here at the Al Jazeera Resort for service and the obligatory Parc Fermé. Motawi's new co-driver for this event was the experienced Khalid Malik, who had partnered Sheikh Sohail in last year's championship bid. Service was held at the Jazeera Resort, one of the many new tourist and recreation facilities currently being developed in the UAE, and a welcome change to the desert terrain of the event. Hosseini, the private entrant from Kuwait, is one of Kuwait's leading drivers and the only one in recent memory to have actually completed several international events, including Oman. During the service, a protest was lodged against Hosseini for missing a judge of fact through which all the cars must pass. This threw the battle for 3rd and 4th place wide open, as the number 16 Volvo of compatriot Anisi, as well as Peter Cherry's number 10 Mitsubishi, were also reported to the clerk of the course. Khalifa Al-Moheri and Tawfiq Al-Mitri in the number 12 Toyota were suffering a multitude of electrical problems and would withdraw before the end of the rally. This opening round of the championship had been held on tracks that were substantially faster and less sandy than the nearest comparable event in the championship, that of neighbouring Dubai. It was a formula that had taken the starters by surprise, many having dropped out earlier on in day one. This second day consisted of 192 kilometres of competitive stages, with a total of 436 kilometres of road sections. The Emirates-sponsored Stage 11, the number 1 of Dubai-based driver Khalifa Al-Motawi simply had to cruise to the finish in order to take his first international win. The protest against Hosseini for missing a judge of fact was disputed, and along with Hosseini, his compatriot Anisi and Peter Cherry would all be reinstated. The result was the number 6 Mazda of Hosseini and Abdullah Al-Hajri took 3rd place overall, giving them their best ever international result. The first 3 positions of the event were held onto by Gulf-based entrants. For Ron Kremen, the Australian champion, it was a rally that whetted his appetite and vowed he would be back for the next round in Jordan, as well as the rest of the championship. Dubai-based Khalifa Al-Moutawi and Khalid Malik take first place with a winning time of 1 hour, 48 minutes and 17 seconds. Sheikh Saif Al Nahyan was on hand to receive the winners of this first round. This was Moutawi's first international win, and this was his first celebratory victory donut. Second place went to the UAE-based Tanzanian Sadiq Fazal in the Mitsubishi with a time of 2 hours, 2 minutes and 10 seconds. The United Arab Emirates driver Khalifa Al-Moutawi took the lead in the first round of the Middle East Rally Championship 1995. This first round of the championship had seen several new local and overseas drivers appear, eager to make their bid for the championship. The first United Arab Emirates International Rally had proved to be a resounding success for the organizers. For the competitors, this was a welcome addition to the calendar of events. And although Khalifa Al-Moutawi had taken the lead in this first round, the fortunes of rallying in the Middle East Championship can easily change. The tough desert terrain alone, with its many unexpected obstacles, is a potent adversary. But the first round of the championship had proved to be a resounding success for the organizers and competitors.